Over this last weekend, I was fortunate enough to be able to attend the HCS 2023 Charlotte Major, where the top teams in Halo battled it out to claim victory in the first of 5 LAN tournaments this year. The event was great, full of triumphs, defeats, and nail-bitingly close games. But I didn't just watch, I was also able to play a little under 2 hours of the upcoming Season 3 for Halo Infinite, and I figured I'd share my impressions with all of you. So without further ado, let's dive into an early look at next week's update for Halo Infinite. The very first things fans will experience, other than the new loading and main menu screens, will be the new addition to the Halo Infinite weapon sandbox. Enter the Bandit, a weapon reminiscent of the DMR but without an optical zoom, meaning that while you can't use it to consistently headshot enemies across the map, you also don't need to worry about being descoped when hit. The gun is large and every shot has weight and impact to it. The stellar audio here helps bring that feeling to life along with the slower rate of fire. It has a very slight recoil where even after I shot at the wall for a while, the bullets were only maybe an inch further up. In terms of damage, the gun is a 5-shot kill and a 3-shot melee, meaning it takes 4 shots to the body to open an enemy to a headshot, and you'll be able to get a melee kill after 3 hits. This puts the weapon in an interesting place in the Halo Infinite sandbox. It's not quite as powerful as a battle rifle, but it's a lot easier to use than the Commando. It's also easier to weave around and try to dodge shots from this gun as you're not dealing with a 3-round burst. Ultimately, it remains to be seen exactly how well received the weapon will be, but I'd say if you're a fan of the Halo 5 Magnum, this gun should be familiar to you in a good way. Along with the new weapon is also our first new equipment, the Shroud Screen. It's activated similarly to the threat sensor in that it's thrown in the direction of your choice, but instead of revealing hostiles, it creates a fully opaque sphere and lasts for a few seconds. You can use it to hide from enemies or prevent them from seeing an area, as it both disrupts game audio inside the sphere as well as blocks a threat sensor. Keep in mind that you can still shoot and grenade through it without any resistance. Working as a holographic smoke screen of sorts, the Shroud Screen will certainly bring about some interesting plays at the higher level. Already, I can see it being used to create choke points in tight areas, to hide team rotations, and even to mislead the other team to thinking you're somewhere you're not. We'll see exactly how it plays out soon, but I'm excited to really learn the ins and outs of this one. Season 3 launches with 3 developer-made maps, 2 Arena, Chasm and Cliffhanger, and 1 big team battle map, Oasis. Sadly, we were unable to get a big team battle going at the event, and considering I was only able to play a handful of games on each map, I'll keep these impressions brief. Chasm is a smaller 4v4 map that right away feels a little like Halo CE's map Boarding Action. Nowhere near as big, of course, but Chasm has 2 long hallways on either end, connected by various bridges through the center. The hallways have a second floor, which you can reach through smaller rooms or connections from behind, or through the use of various equipment like Repulsor and Grapple. Now before I played it, my first impression of the map was that it would only really work on Fiesta or other social game types. And while yes, it's definitely not a ranked map, it is still designed well enough for even more competitive game types like CTF. The map has 2 snipers on each end and plenty of spaces to fall to your death, but it's also the perfect map for the Bandit. With a mix of mid and close range combat, this new weapon is put to the test no matter where you encounter the other team. And finally, Chasm looks good too, even if it was pulled straight from the campaign. Halo Infinite's mix of traditional and modern foreigner aesthetic fits right at home here. Moving on to Cliffhanger, this map is clearly designed to be more open and almost feels like it was made for 5v5 or 6v6 game modes. I only had a couple matches on this one, so there's not too much to say. The map is big and has a mix of outdoor and indoor areas. It has various weaponry placed throughout, and in my matches had a gravity hammer tucked away in a corner. Cliffhanger has plenty of places to hide, but also plenty of places to snipe. It reminded me of some of the larger Halo 3 maps, like High Ground, both places to fall to your death. Speaking of, if you see a large red glow and what looks like an elevator to a secret area, don't take it. It leads to a very long fall. Both of the above maps are social focus, meaning they won't be coming to the ranked playlist. However, a remake of Halo 5's Plaza is set to release during the season that will be ranked on HCS Focus for those craving more maps there. Season 3 marks the return of a fan favorite game mode, Escalation Slayer. The mode is pretty simple. You use a set order of weaponry to kill others, and the first to get a kill with the last weapon wins. When it launches next week though, you'll also be able to queue for a team version of the mode alongside the standard FFA one. This is the mode I played, and I can tell you right away that it's pure chaotic fun. While I don't know the exact ins and outs, I know you work as a team to upgrade your gear, and punching someone in the back still sends them back a weapon. I recommend watching the community match played last Sunday with this mode to see how it works yourself. And finally, the last thing I played around with were the new customization options in Season 3. Of the 2 new armor cores, I was only able to explore Mirage, which looks similar to the old SPI suit. I went through the entire 100 tier battle pass and came away satisfied. It's not particularly amazing, but it's not bad either, and feels worth the $10 for anyone who plays the game more than a little. If I had to rate it, I'd put it at about or a little better than Season 2's pass. There are pictures of the entire thing online for anyone who wants to get an early look. Season 3 also comes with new HCS bundles from the currently partnered teams. While 343 did release an awesome trailer showcasing these skins, they don't truly shine until you see them in the game itself. The amount of detail in each of the coatings is high, and it isn't always super obvious, especially on a badly compressed YouTube video. From the bombastic looking like phases to the more subdued design like complexities, the teams went all out, and I'm certainly going to get at least one or two. While it would have been nice to have the coatings, and not just the visors, be cross-core, they still look great on Mirage, and the sniper skins they come with also look amazing. And that's it! Season 3 is shaping up to be a robust update for Halo Infinite, with new maps, customizations, modes, and quality of life updates. While I don't think it'll completely revitalize the game, it's certainly a large step in the right direction. With Season 4 scheduled to release only 15 weeks later, and assuming it keeps up or improves on this standard of quality, I think Halo Infinite has the potential for an absolutely stellar year 2.